As a newer attorney into this jurisdiction, I was looking at, okay, how am I going to be able to generate the client base? And ultimately, during a pandemic, that's a little bit challenging. My specialty is in intellectual property. My specialty is in business law. Well, things are kind of restricted during a pandemic, and businesses were not doing anything because they really couldn't. And so I was able to pivot the firm and to go into other areas like family law. What LegalMatch was able to do for me was allow me to get on there, look at clients, look at cases that I was confident that we can take on, and be able to reach out and talk to them and almost instantly create a client base for me. Once we've gone into a virtual world with this pandemic, the courts, the clients, weren't able to come to you virtually, but it allows us to reach out to them virtually. What LegalMatch allowed me to do was give me the basic information for the clients and allow me to talk to them virtually so that we can resolve what is their cases and how do we handle it. And they can kind of move forward in a virtual manner where they never actually had to come into my office and actually meet me face to face because of social distancing and restrictions. I looked at Avo and I kind of worked on an Avo profile. I looked at LegalMatch, and LegalMatch was an investment. And it's just like, how well is this going to be? I'm really not looking at spending marketing money and not having a return on investment. And the research I've done on most firms is there's 91 to 94% of the marketing dollars they spent, they can't track if it actually makes an impact with their firm. And I'm not looking at wasting money in that way. So I had Avo. And I can tell you that I've counseled Avo because I've been so successful working with LegalMatch. And it's not just a marketing tool, it is actually a generating system that actually has grown my business. Probably to date, I'm gonna say 85% of all clients I have come directly from LegalMatch. It's worth the investment. Know exactly where you want your firm to be. Craft a contract that specializes in the areas that you want to practice. And then continually mind that on a daily basis and be methodical. This should be the main focus of your business, and this will have you grow your firm probably faster than you're prepared for it to grow. I will say in the beginning, I was concerned. There was an investment into LegalMatch and there was a commitment for a year to it. And I was a little bit concerned, is this just going to be something that's just going to be marketing dollars that won't have a return on investment? And with LegalMatch, you get what you put into it. So yeah, you spend the money, you do the investment, and you will have a contract. But at the end of the day, if you don't use it, it's not going to pay off for you. It's not a static kind of system. It allows you, the more active you are, the more leads you're going to get. And it's really on the attorneys and the firms to really mine it carefully and efficiently to get the results. There's a bunch of things. There's actually just some great people on LegalMatch. And I've actually really enjoyed the intake. And I had a very nice lady for about 3 months. And I was really sorry to see her go and move over as I graduated into some higher level learning. LegalMatch has allowed me to very specifically look at the geographical locations and the cases that I wanted to take on for our firm. And so I was able to craft contracts with LegalMatch that really specifies the areas that I want and to kind of weed out the areas that I was not going to be willing to take. And so it has really effectively and efficiently allowed me to grow my practice. I probably accept a new client from LegalMatch, probably 3 of them a week. So, I mean, I'm getting matches all the time and converting them over into actually full-time clients with the ability to pay and move on with their cases. I'm gonna say 3 to 4 a week. Just using the system. And you know what? You can call them and they kind of check in on you to make sure, but it's getting into those open new cases and really going in and mining them on a regular basis and then following up with the clients. Ideally, if a client posts something and you give them a call within 5 minutes, they're going to be there by their phone and they're going to say, wow, okay, this is, you guys are right here. And then you can talk them through, and usually you can get a higher retention rate if you can get those clients within that first 5 to 15 minutes of when they posted, rather than days later where they may not be on the phone. It's a little bit harder conversion rate. So a big secret is to get them right away, and you can usually convert those into clients. On a day-to-day basis, I look at the intake, some of the new cases that come on in. I use my phone. LegalMatch has a great app that actually pings me when there's a new case that's coming on. It actually gets into my email as well. And so there's a couple different ways that I will use it. I will see it from my phone, or the first morning of the day, I come in, I look at what are the new cases, I read all the cases, and I generally are contacting about 75 to 80% of those new cases that come in, because sometimes clients don't know exactly what their case is. And so if you contact and able to listen to them and offer them just a quick consultation, you'll get a better understanding of what that case is. And it may be a little bit different than what they were thinking it was going to be. And so I do want to contact them. And then I move over into my open cases and in my consultations and keep on moving them downstream.